Good morning, Pokefans. Welcome back to a brand new video. My name is Matt, and we're going to continue our season rank climb using a team that we built from scratch. So, just to hash out what happened yesterday, we went 1-4. We're currently tied, and our ranking was plus 4,000. Like we're still where I would like to be, but I took a little bit more losses than I would have liked. No, we did 6 matches, so it wouldn't be 1-4. I think it would be 1-5. We might have won 2, maybe, possibly. I doubt it. We took a lot of L's though. So today we're gonna try to take the W's instead. Hopefully we have a little bit more luck that's leaning toward our favor. That way we can kind of get back to where I would like to be, because yeah, I like winning, but also losing teaches us things that we realistically do need to learn about our team and where the limitations are and where we can go to, let's say, grow. So before we get started, there is any particular announcements that I would like to really go for. Saturdays should be open because we just did a mandatory for work, so we should be fine. But I'll let you guys know if a voluntary opportunity comes up, then I might take that as well. But we are off for Saturdays, so we should have no worries there. Again, Atlanta, Georgia is this weekend regional. A lot of people are planning on going. I'm not, unfortunately, but it is a Pokemon regional, and the only day that I plan on releasing content is on a regional Sunday, but I'll try not to overlap the live stream. I'm gonna have everything planned out, so hopefully it's out before then. And if it is, great. If it's not, well, that sucks. But I'll try not to take you guys' attention off of the regional. Also, Grand Challenge is also this upcoming weekend. You have until Thursday. I mean, you can probably sign up even on Friday. It starts this weekend, so have fun. Enjoy the battles. I'm not thinking about participating. I don't have a team ready to go just yet. If I have one, I'll go for it, but I don't think I'll be competing. But that's all I really have. We'll get into our 6 battles for today. Wish me luck, because I'm gonna need it. Let's get to it. Okay, we have Miraidon, our team around Miraidon. We have Urshifu, not sure which one, Burgraff, Landorus, Miraidon, Iron Hands, and Whimsicott. This is going to be very, very interesting. I think we had to deal with a Trick Room Miraidon team last time. So is that going to be what happens this time? I don't know. I would love to see and find out and figure out what that could be. However, they do have a couple Pokemon that would decimate my field if that were the case. So I think we go in with Whimsicott, Qianpao, Fluttermane this time, and if they bring in Frigoraph. Obviously, I'm bringing in Zama. That's 100%. The last slot goes between Burgraff, Ogerpon, and Fluttermane. The majority of the Pokemon in there, Fluttermane can take down outside of Landorus, who could possibly be Terra Poison. I'm setting up for the inevitable matchup against Miraidon. That's who I'm more worried about. Yeah, I'll go with Fluttermane. I thought about it. It's like I kind of like the other two. The other two do seem like a better option. If they go Trick Room, obviously Burgraff was the better option, but I'm not gonna know that. There's no way that I'm gonna know that. Hindsight can only go so far. Whimsicott, Miraidon. Okay. Okay. So what I want to do first. Tailwind. I kind of want to protect. Let's protect. I'm going to protect on Qianpao in case they do Terra, which seems to be the option. This is Miraidon, probably going to be Fairy, but it could also be Electric. It's Fairy. Okay. So next turn, most likely the Arson's Scarlet. We're gonna protect here, so we take less damage. They won the 50-50, or they're faster. Probably they just won the 50-50. Because not a lot of people would set Scarf up for their pranksters. I mean, it's not like it hasn't happened. I've done that. And it wasn't the best option. But it was a cool option nonetheless. We're gonna up in hand. I'm going to Ice Spinner into Miraidon, and this should get the KO. depending of what happens. I don't think Whimsicott has Reflect, so it's going to be really, really interesting. But I also don't know what the speed tier is of Miraidon. Prankster is kind of off-putting, but I'm going to Helping Hand here. Encore does not affect Qianpao. Dark types. And that's a KO. Ooh, that was a crit too? Ooh. I mean, this is a good chance that was a KO regardless. Helping Hand plus Life Orb, fully invested into attack, but more in speed, does create opportunities where I do have an OHKO. Here comes Rillaboom. Oh, no. Oops. Monferno. I'm sorry. Monoferrera, I think that's how you say it, is Iron Hands. Okay, gotcha. Let's go ahead and get you there. Terra and hit Whimsicott. I think this is where they're going to want a Terra to do Fake Out against Qianpao. Since they can't really do Encore onto that slot, they're just going to have to try to work other ways around it. Now, they could also Fake Out into Whimsicott, but I have the thing. Okay. So that's Helping Hand, which goes over to Qianpao. And Spinner. Takes down Whimsy. No Fake Out, but is that Drain Punch or Close Combat? Helping Hand is going to fail. Heavy Slam. Okay, Whimsicott goes down. I've effectively turned off Iron Hands here. I mean, it could still do... It's got Heavy Slam, obviously. It's going to be able to do like a ton of damage. And Landorus is there last. Gotcha. I get a booster speed of energy. Now we have Tailwind turns. This is the last turn, but Fluttermane's extra fast. So I'm going to take this opportunity. Effective. I could Sacred Sword or Ice Spinner. I kind of want to go into Iron Hands. Yeah, let's do that. I haven't seen it protect all game. I figured that was going to happen, which is why I wanted to double into the Iron Hands. Haven't seen it, so probably Salt Vested. But that's what I wanted. I wanted to double in because they figured that Landorus was going to protect. And since the Tailwind speeds are now gone, we are pretty much open to do whatever we want. And the game is now over and in our favor. Now I'm going to look up real quickly. Calculations between Qianpao and Miraidon. Now I'm gonna pick a set. Let's just do this one. I'm picking a set just so that I can kind of keep it even, right? They are Terra Fairy, just to keep it there. Ice Spinner. Spinner, we have the 52 here, 52 here, Jolly because I want speed, and the Life Orb. Okay, so while they are Terra Fairy, it is 60 to 73%. Up in Hand, it's 91 to 108. It is a 50% chance of OHKOing, with the damage being 165 to 196. And then obviously the crit makes it 138 to 162. Now, when I do the damage calcs, I hardly ever click the crit button just because of the fact that, you know, it's not, it's there, but I don't always plan to have crits ever. And yeah, so that's good to know that Ice Spinner with the helping hand boost is a 50-50% chance. So that's really interesting to know because, yeah, and that's just with this set. I don't know if anyone else would use this set. The set on Showdown, it makes it the VGC 2025 Regulation G choice specs, and I doubt it was choice specs, but it could have been. They put 44 into HP, 4 into defense, 244 in special attack, 4 into special defense, and 204 in speed. So with Tailwind on both sides, I mean, I do outspeed regardless, but yeah, I mean, it's doing a ton of damage. Electro Drift doing 226 percent. Draco Meteor doing 226 as well. Volt Switch, auto KO, regardless of what I did, and Dazzling Gleam on top of that, doing 206, and that's just because of the electric field. So a lot, plus obviously choice specs. Ooh, nice, I'm getting spoiled today. All right, so we have another Miraidon run. Miraidon Loan Raichu, that's cool. Cloudsire, we have Urshifu, Ogerpon, Fire, and Golden Go. That's an interesting teams right there. Super interesting. So they don't have their typical prankster, but Alolan Raichu gets Surge Surfer. So it's pretty much Tailwind without having a Tailwind. Makes it incredibly fast. The thing is, which one do I want to set up with the most? I could go in with Ogerpon and be okay, but I do ruin the setup for Miraidon. So I think we'll kind of set up the same. We'll bring in Ogerpon this time because I think that's going to be a good option. And we'll bring in Zama because I think that's the best. Yeah, I think that's the best. I have a lot of my Pokemon do go into theirs a little bit, right? But when we show 6, bring 4, we're trying to see which ones have like the best capabilities of doing what we want. And in this case, they have quite a bit to finagle things. Okay, so that brought out Miraidon and Ogerpon Fire, which has Follow Me, so a redirector. I can't avoid, but what I can do is Tailwind and Protect. We're doing this so that the Volt Switch, Parabolic Charge, Dazzling Gleam doesn't go into Chien-Pao. We're also going to make them think that I'm trying something. If they go to the Instant Terra, this is going to go straight to Miraidon. Alright, so which one are you? Electric. Gotcha. Electric is your Terra. We're going to protect on Chien-Pao. Okay, Spiky Shield on the Ogerpon. Neat. So this is probably Parabolic Charge, then? It is. Should not get the KO on Whimsy, but it might. This is Terra Electric, probably Life Orb, if not Choice Specs. It's not, so it's probably something else. Okay, we'll do Helping Hand, and I'll just Ice Spinner into Miraidon. Now, if they do Follow Me, this is going to redirect it over to Ogerpon, but he puts himself in a really big deficit here. He's going to knock out his own Pokemon if he does. Well, maybe not, because the fact that I take away the electric field. So maybe? I don't know. I think Follow Me is going to kick in, though. But they might not think of it. Nope. Wait. My hand goes first. Like, nope. Oh, that's... Nope. Okay. Nice spinner. 50-50. Oh, nope. Not enough. Like I said, it's 50-50, but we did take away the field. Ivy Cudgels is going to go right into Champ Hop, which is fine. It's absolutely okay. That one has a 2x crit. Well, 2-stage crit. Volt switch, so it's not a choice item at all. Goes into Whimsy, gets the KO. This is just to make sure that they have their field setter to come back. Bloxar? Or is it Raichu? And it's Raichu. Okay. Zamazenta. Come on, Zammy. Zammy the Zamazenta. Get +1 shield, please. Thank you. Should I go for the +1? I have to Terra for Zamazenta. That's 100% has to be the thing. And I'll just go right for Ogerpon. I'm okay with this. They might go with the spiky shield, they might not, but in the event that they don't, this is gonna do extra bit of damage. The other option was to Terra the Ogerpon and go right into Raichu. Now Raichu does have access to Fake Out, so I'm not sure which one it goes. Goes to Ogerpon. I'm okay with that. Body press right into. Yep, good luck. That's the one shot. That's double damage due to the Terra fighting. And it makes it immune, or at least neutral to some of the hits that he would have taken. Hold and go. Okay. Okay. So we'll go there. And I will go there. I cudgel. Right to the golden go. And that's a KO. Super effective. I popped his air balloon. Sorry, man. I know you like to be the Silver Surfer and all that, but you kind of have to go away now. Body press into Lilo and Raichu, and that's almost a KO, but it's probably because Sash. It is Sash. Okay. Nuzzle. It's the Ogerpon. Not very effective, but it's an auto paralyze. Okay, tail one's gone. Out comes Miraidon. Okay, so I know that I will be moving last. I know that one. Absolutely. Sam's also going to be moving last too. Just go ahead. Yeah, let's just crisscross. Endeavor. Drops it down to the 1. Parabolic charge. That's not a lot, dude. You misplayed that. You got more from the Ogerpon than you did anyone else. You knocked down your own Pokemon. I mean, you got rid of Zama, 100%. Your only chance to live is Ogerpon gets paralyzed right here. Otherwise, you're not. You took away your only weakness to fire, so now you're neutral. And Ivy Cudgel hits unless it's paralyzed. Yep, there it is. Games win. Using Endeavor at that point was a great idea. Using Parabolic Charge was not, however. Because I could have easily stopped you by using Wide Guard. Because I was thinking about that as an option. I knew they had Parabolic Charge. I was more worried about Dazzling Gleam. But I could have easily hit Wide Guard and taken no damage on my side. And had 2 Pokemon versus your 1 after you've knocked it out. I don't think that was the move that you needed to bring. I don't know what the item was for Miraidon. So that was interesting. It was 4 moves. Maybe Salt Vest, maybe not. Who knows? Okay, we've got a hard Trick Room team. Let's go. We have Torkoal, Ogerpon, that's green. Rager, the original Ogerpon. Let's go. Ursaluna, Entity Female, Raging Bolt, and my man, Ice Rider Calyrex. Okay, so we did fairly well, guys, at not having to deal with both, but now we have to deal with both. And I'm okay with dealing with both. I mean, we could potentially ruin a couple of things here. We absolutely could. We can go with the Frigoraph Ogerpon strat, just kind of open up that way. Might actually be the thing to do. I think, what happens if we open up with Zama? Take less damage. I can guard against Glacial Lance. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that for once. That sounds like fun. And then we'll bring in Chien-Pao and Ogerpon after that. We're bringing in Chien-Pao to be able to not only do damage against the Ursaluna, but the Raging Bolt, which is going to be something I have to deal with. But I just want to be able to put a lot of damage out there and be able to withstand a lot of the hits that I'm going to take. Now, I don't know if fighting is weak against ice. I doubt it. I think ice is weak against fighting. I think. Okay, 2 abilities. Calyrex and Ogerpon versus Zamazenta and Frigoraph. We're going to go ahead and get started off with the Imprison to stop the Protects that could show up on that side of the field. And I mean, are they? You know what? Let's set this up, and I'm gonna go straight for the. I'm gonna go straight for the Calyrex because I think I'll get Follow Me by the Ogerpon. I think that's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna go straight fighting. I did see that. I mean, it could be neutral. No, ice. No, I mean, I can't use Chien-Pao as an example. Dang, I'm having a hard time. There's Terra. Probably Calyrex. Yep. Are you fire? Water. Good call. Absolutely great call. Okay, knock off. Not enough to get the KO, but you did take away my throat spray. That sucks. I needed that. This is gonna hurt a lot. I mean, half HP, that is a lot. It is gonna upset the thing though. Cannot use Trick Room. Cannot use Trick Room. I can survive a hit. So let's go ahead and do this. Follow me from the Ogerpon. Okay. I'm okay with that. So even if I wanted to target Calyrex, I couldn't. I was going to target into Calyrex or to Ogerpon anyway. Is that. And then they get a free item. Boy, do they get a free item. But, oh, the crit on the Calyrex. Let's go. Ogerpon goes down. We get a hit from Glacial Lance, which is not going to get a KO. Oh, Frigoraph just barely holding on. Just barely holding on. And Raging Bolt comes out on their side of the field. Now, they can't use any priority moves because of Armor Tail, so we're going to protect here. And I'm set to just hit this Calyrex. They're going to swap, though. I know that they are. So it depends on who they swap into, which makes the problem more interesting. So I'm going to... They don't swap. They're just going to sacrifice their Calyrex. Okay. I mean, they can't do anything else. Body press. This is going to be a lot of damage to Zamazenta from Raging Bolt, though. But we have solidified our spot. They can't set up Trick Room, and the last two Pokemon in the back are incredibly fast. So we are good to go there. Draco Meteor hits Zamazenta, dropping that special attack on Raging Bolt 2 stages. It does a decent amount of damage, but Torkoal, listen to that. That is not going to help them at all. But it is going to boost Raging Bolt. That's not good. Is it? It's defense. Say what? Defense. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and take down Torkoal. He's more of a threat, and I outspeed everyone else, and you guys can't protect. So let's just go ahead and just do a ton of damage there. Thunderbolt into the Zamazenta. Oh, your -2 really did you in there. Torkoal goes down. That -2. That -2 is what did it. That is absolutely what did it. I'm just going to protect. You get a defense boost. I don't know what your defense was. Battle's canceled. I'm interested in seeing what that calc looks like. I'm super interested. Raging Bolt. What would you have to put in there so that you had a boost and photosynthesis? Okay. Oh, that is rough. Okay, guys. So let me put on studio mode here because I need to capture a window. This window needs to reflect this. Here we go. And yeah, this is what you currently see. Okay. I'm okay with this. So now we'll just transition in here. Okay. So this is what you currently see on the screen. This is a blank set from Raging Bolt. For the photosynthesis to be active, but for defense, it needs to be much higher than what it is. So we'll put auto select. I don't know what the nature is going to be, but I know that they had Thunderbolt and Draco Meteor. Now, for them to get a photosynthesis boost for defense, they needed to have any stat higher than 157. So let's go ahead and go Bold first, just to kind of have that up there. Probably Quiet. No. We want defense minus special attack. What is that one? It is... Okay, it's Impish. We'll leave it at this because I want to see what this caps at. So 252. Okay, so it is Impish. Because that 252 max defense in this Pokemon makes it 157. They can't do ties. So they have to have one that's stronger. So now we do Impish. And now it's 157 minus 141. So they can lower this down. Let's say if they wanted to have 150 and then bring this up a little bit to like 149 or whatever. Just like if they wanted to do something like that. Otherwise, it's set to Impish to where the defenses are up higher. So even if they kept it at 141 and went all the way up to 142, no other... Sorry, 143. No other stat can beat that. So they probably went like 252 here. Maybe put a lot of points into here. Maybe like 120 or something like that. And then put the rest either in speed or... I mean, they couldn't do anything in special attack. There's no reason to. Photosynthesis would have boosted their stuff quite a bit. We'll just change this to Sun so that we can get a better accurate number. Defense was the highest, even if they did 252 here and then went 252 in actual defense. They still kept at 157, but Impish has to be the nature just to be able to get that defense stat, because otherwise with no stats in invested. If you did like modest, it's 172. But if you did bold, it's 157. So they had to pick a non-special attack nature and even minus it because there's no reason to do that. Now, that's assuming they have 31 IVs. I do capped. You guys all know that. I use bottle caps on all my guys to make them hyper trained. Make it 31. I'm okay with that. I'm not going to sit there and reset forever to have a 0 attack, Raging Bolt. That's not how I play the game. It would make sense on a lot of builds. I just don't, because it causes a lot of confusion if I do that. So this way, I have way more control of what I would like to do. And because of that, I have much more of what I would like to see. So it has to be impish just to be able to get that result of over 157, just to make it even conclusive. They could even go make this like 156, right? Let's say this isn't that. Let's just boost this up to 156. It has to be 1 point lower, and then they just put the rest here. Let's make like 210. That's a good number. And then put some here and 115. And I don't know what the item was. They didn't protect, but I took away their protect, so I'm assuming that it's Assault Vest. And that lowers down quite a bit of damage that a lot of people can do. Not necessarily against my team though. So that's something to consider. So we'll go ahead and transition back. That was interesting. Ooh, okay. This guy is top 500. We have Heatran, Ogerpon Water, Landorus, Therian. I haven't seen him forever. Tropicos, Oregon Z. No, 2? Oregon 2. I think this is 2. Sure, it's 2. And Rillaboom. This is very conservative set. This is more balanced. So it's definitely going to be working against us. However, we do have ways to get around it. We will have to stop Porygon from setting up Trick Room, because that's how it will be able to support its teammates, which means a lot of this other Pokemon doesn't have a lot of stats in there. However, we're not going to worry about that because we do outspeed a good portion of them outside of, Landorus. So if we bring in like Farigiraf and I don't know, let's say Ogerpon, we should be fine. We'll bring in Chiampao as well, and bring in Zama. I think Zama would be great. Yeah, let's go ahead and bring in Zama, because if they do terrestrialize Terapagos, since we know what their legend is, and it is the big T, Terapagos himself, not only turns off weather, turns off terrain. It's a very good Pokemon to start everything from 0 again, but we do have to keep that in mind. Okay. So we have Water, Ogerpon, and Heatran versus Farigiraf and Ogerpon. We're not in a good spot here per se. Let's go ahead and start this. And are you gonna Terra? You know what? Let's hit you in case you were going to Terra Water. It would be in your best interest to. I'm going to Terra Fire. And I'm going to hit Ogerpon with Poison Leech. It's going to get a special defense boost if it does this. And Body Aspect. +1 in attack. Nope. But I will take a lot of damage because of that, but that's going to do a ton of damage against me. Bop! That's a one-shot. That's okay. That's okay. It's always a 50-50 guess with me when that comes up. There comes Heat Wave from the... Oh! Well, that sucks. Heatran is faster than Farigiraf, but now I get a +1. A +1 there. And that's leftovers. Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay, let's bring out Zama. And let's Hyper Voice. Now I can either Wide Guard to prevent the Heat Wave, or I can Body Press. I think preventing the Heat Wave was my some better taste. Zama's not invested in a special defense at all. It sits at a good 160. But it's still high. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll give it a shot. Why not? Withdrew Ogerpon. That's a good call. Brings out Landorus. This is an Intimidate. Which Body Press does not get affected by. Here comes Terra over to the Heat Grand, which is probably Ghost or Fire. Fairy. Okay, it's going to resist it, but it's going to lose its original resistance. Okay. It's not going to take that much damage, which is okay. There's the Heat Wave. Zamazento avoids it. Burgraf does get the hit, but it's not. It's just going to take that. Fine. Oh, and there's that. There's that. Okay. I'll just go ahead. Hyper Voice. And I'm just going to go ahead and just set up with the Wide Guard. There's the Protect. So Imprison probably needs to be done next turn. Wide Guard. This is going to prevent the Rock Slides from the Landorus if it has it. Oh, U-turn. It's not, it's super effective, but it's not as effective as they would like it to be. But here comes the Ogerpon, or it could be Tropicals, but it's most likely going to be the Ogerpon. It's the Rillaboom. You didn't bring in your super? Interesting. This is just to give a little bit more defense over to the Heat Ram. It looks like they've just put all of their support on that Pokemon and just are hoping for the best, which makes a lot of sense. It does absolutely make a lot of sense. And with Burgraf being on the field, I can't take a ton of damage. So Imprison, or I think I'm just going to continue on with the Hyper Voice, but I am going to take down the Heatran. Do the Bash. Hammer. Does take down Burgraf. Damaged by the recoil. Heat Wave. It's still super effective, but it's not enough to get the KO. But it does open the door for priorities now. So maybe Protect would have been the best. We shall see. Team Pal can come up now. Fake Out is no longer an option. So I'll go ahead and Ice Spinner into you. And I'll Wide Guard. Hit Protect. Figured that was going to come out. Wide Guard. Surprise. Not enough to get the KO on this. Should get the KO on Rillaboom and stops the grass field. Okay, those disappear. I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. They healed enough to where now Behemoth Bash is actually going to KO Heatran next turn. So I'm going to hit you and Wide Guard again. Spinner is going to KO Landorus. Now, did you single target or did you double? It looked like you've only been able to do doubles. You went double. Okay. Now they have a really, really hard choice. Ogerpon's about to go down, and I can take it down easily. So I really don't have to do anything. I could just literally go this and be fine with it. I'm gonna wide guard one more time. I think I have set up to where this, yeah, okay. I guessed right. Heatran only had Heat Wave. Didn't have anything else. It might have been like a substitute, but because I was pretty offensive right from the get-go, it was going to be hard for them to get away from me in the first place. As soon as I just took a gamble, right? I didn't know if it had Earth Power, which obviously you should absolutely have Earth Power. Just because of that reason, right? You have Heat Wave is good, but if you miss, like it did in the first, couple turns, missed Burgraff, then missed Zamazenta, if it would have hit both, that would have been a completely different game all the way around. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what other moves that they would have. Let's go back into our window cap here and see what people use for Heatran. Let's just go ahead and that transition over. Okay, let's see what people use for Heatran. Bulky attacker. Make sure we set it for 50. Okay, so I mean, this set here, which is like the leftovers, modest, flash fire, has the 222 or 228 in EVs and HP, the 84 in defense, 156 in special attack, 20 in defense, special defense, and 20 in speed, which is not going to make it outspeed a lot of Pokemon. Obviously, it outsped my Burgraff, so can't really speak a whole lot of there, but I was able to outspeed it regardless. Now, this one was Terra Fairy and was able to take advantage of that even with Landorus in their field. Now, this one was set with Heat Wave, Flash Cannon, Earth Power, and Protect. I only saw Heat Wave and Protect. I didn't see anything else. So what other moves would you set Heatran by? Because I'm not sure what you would use. It had Protect, so obviously it wasn't Assault Vest, and it had leftovers healing. So I don't know what else you would do, to be honest. I'm a little lost. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think, because I have no idea what people would use for the other two attacks. Until I have an answer, I am just as clueless as you are. Okay, so we have, Shadow Rider Calyrex. Let's go. We have Clefairy, Rillaboom, Fluttermane, Calyrex, Mienshao, and Chi. So we do have some things that we can do, but we do have someone that is going to use Wide Guard, as well as Feint, Fake Out, all that other jazz. So we do need to outspeed Calyrex somewhere, somehow. Not 100% sure how we do it. It is uncertain. Especially with Clefairy, but we do have a way to get rid of Clefairy now and forever. Thank goodness. Let's do Whimsicott, Ogerpon, Zama, and Fluttermane. That way, if we do need to come up with like Mienshao or maybe Rillaboom, we can kind of swap in and take a hit. It's not going to be as good, but I didn't want to bring in Chien-Pao and Zamazenta and Ogerpon. I think all three of my physical attackers on the team, while it's been really successful, I don't think it's really going to help us here. Now, we still have to deal with... Okay, so Fluttermane and Chi-Yu. Now, we still have to deal with Fluttermane being able to outspeed, and we also do have to worry about Pokemon in the back. So, Fluttermane gets a booster energy boost, which is speed. So now it's potentially 307, which definitely outspeeds my team no matter what I do. So how about we do Tailwind, Terra, Stomping Tantrum on Chi. Now I don't know what Fluttermane's going to do. Probably Icy Wind. This is most likely a speed control. I'm not 100% sure. This is definitely going to put us through the test. Okay, Tailwind. Decide to go fast. Stomping to come faster than Fluttermane. Chia goes down. Thought that one was going to be Sash. I was like, I probably need to hit it twice. But it is the Icy Wind. It's going to lower down our speed, or at least Oakapon speed, one stage. But does nothing to Whimsicott. Why? Because of Cobra Cloak. No secondary effects are allowed. And we have the Shadow Rider now. We do have a way to counter it, but I do need to take down the Fluttermane first. So I'm going to protect here. And Horn Leech there. Is that, if I'm only going to give one, I would much rather give one. Good, Calyrex protects. Icy Wind. Ogerpon needs to swap out now. And they will. After Fluttermane falls. They need to swap out because right now I need to be able to outspeed Calyrex. So down goes Flutter. So it's now Calyrex and X versus my full team. And it's Caterpie. No, Caterpie. Jesus, could you imagine if Caterpie was like a really good VGC Pokemon? Like, Jesus. We're going to swap out Whimsicott. I'm just going to go ahead and protect. But it's Clefairy. Clefairy is not a bad Pokemon whatsoever. Basically is going to be able to be countered by whatever we decide to do. But I am definitely going to be sacrificing one of my own Pokemon during a little bit. Absolutely. We're going to see what Calyrex is going to decide to do. Follow me on the Clefairy. So no Terra. They have not used it yet. Astral Barrage. Sandwich just takes that like a champ. Let's go ahead and Wide Guard. You know what? Maybe I don't need to swap out Ogerpon yet. I'm just going to hit the Calyrex. I'm going to do this. You're going to... Okay. That's actually a bad idea for you. I think I just KO'd you. Unless you're sashed. Nope. Game's over. Jesus. Oh my goodness. They landed Sing. 55%. They landed Sing. But I think they just up and noped out of this battle. Oh my goodness. What was it yesterday? Like 1-5 or 4-2 or 2-4? Guys, I just won 5 straight games. 5 straight games. I'm on fire. Let's go. All right. For this match, we've got Rhydon. Let's go. Raging Bolt, Fluttermane, excuse me, Chi-Yu, Urshifu, and Amoonguss. This is going to be very, very interesting. We do have ways that we can counter. I think we can just start off by using Ogerpon again with Whimsicott as the partner. I think that would be like a perfect combo. And then we'll bring in Zamazenta, and then we'll use Fluttermane this time. Wait, do I? That's an interesting question. I could absolutely use Fluttermane. No, I'm using Chi-Pao. Fluttermane would not do as much damage. Like, yes, it would do against like Raging Bolt, but it won't do anything to Koraidon if it uses Terra Fire. Does nothing to Chi-Yu, which is automatically fire. It's neutral. It's no different from Incineroar. It's not as bulky as Incineroar, but it. Oh boy. It opens up. Chi-Yu and Fluttermane. Beats of Ruin. Hey, we don't know what the items are. Going to do this. Kind of do what we did last time. I'm just going to go straight to the Chi-Yu, thinking that it's not Sap. Now it could be, may not be, but it could be the Fluttermane that's sashed instead. So let's find out. Let's match. Come on, let's do this. Let's make this 6 wins in a row. I haven't done that yet. Not Master Ball. I've done it anywhere else, just not Master Ball. Let's do it. Stompy Tantrum right into Chi-Yu after Tailwind goes off. Chi-Yu goes down, not sashed. Probably not scarfed either. So are you Icy Wind? You're Icy Wind. You're Icy Wind. Oh! That's a lot on the Whimsicott. It was a crit. Okay, that makes sense. That was a lot of damage on the Whimsicott. That was a lot more damage than I would like it to be. Out comes Raging Bolt. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and swap to Chi-Pao, and I'm just going to hit. Do I want to swap to Chi-Pao? No, you know what? I'm going to protect his... I mean... You know what? Let's give up Whimsy, and I'm just Stomping Tantrum the Raging Bolt. I think that's what I'm going to do. Fluttermane, I don't know what the item is. It's not Booster Energy. Stompy Tantrum. Into the Raging Bolt. Let's get the one shot. Let's go. Oh, Jesus. The Moonblast right over the Whimsicott. It gets taken down. It goes down. It takes a nap. And a great nap it's going to have. I don't know what... Not a choice item. I know that for sure. I know that 100%. Is this Koraidon? It is. They have not used their Terra yet. They're probably not going to, because there is literally someone that is on the opposite side of the field that's going to take advantage of it. But Fluttermane does get a speed boost. So... go ahead and Sucker Punch you. And I think I'm just going to let Chi-Pao fall. Let's do that. Let's let Chi-Pao fall, because I do need to take out the Fluttermane. I should have checked to see how many turns I have left of Tailwind, because that could have actually dictated my turn. Terra goes right over to the Koraidon, turns it to fire. Terra Fire is indeed the best choice. Spike your shield. Okay, Sucker Punch. Hits the Fluttermane, drops down to... Yep, there's Sash. There's that Sash. There's that Sash. Moonblast hits the Chi-Pao. Gets the KO. Close combat. Goes into the Protect and does a little bit of damage to Koraidon. And I don't see a speed turn down, so I think we're safe. We are safe. This is our last turn. Let's go ahead and hit you in the face, and I'll just go ahead and hit you in the face. Why not? Let's do it that way. Yeah, Fluttermane gets a speed boost, but it had Sash. Fluttermane was the Sash target. Thunder Wave, dropping Ket. You drop his speed down half. I'm okay with that. Will not outspeed Koraidon, but that doesn't matter. Stomping Tantrum will outspeed Koraidon and almost get the KO. Close combat goes right into Ogerpon. Does get the KO. Drops the defenses one stage. But. How is this going to turn out? Oh, Life Orb. Sam couldn't move. Oh no. And Talon's gone. Let's go ahead and just body press. Right on. Moon Blast. It's neutral. Drops a special attack. Fire Blitz. Please live. You have a lot of defenses for this. Does not. The paralyze at the end. Oh, they got so lucky. You know what? That's how the game goes. What is it? Like 30% chance? Oh, good game. Great game. Great game. You guys can't hear me clap, but I'm clapping. That was a great game. Dang it. I almost had 6 games, one in a row. That would have been it. That would have been it. 100%. That would have done it. Dang it. Dang it. I want to know. We're going to go back over. I'm kind of interested that we're doing this. Over here. Just that way you guys can see what I'm doing. Ogerpon, fire, and I want to do a blank set. It says yes, blank. Okay. I guess it doesn't really matter. I could just pick the form. And Koraidon. I want to see how close that was. This was not the Amulet. This was a Life Orb set. I'm assuming this is what it is. I don't know what it is. I can't tell. But I'm just gonna guess. 252 here, 252 here, and I think this is like in defense or whatever. I don't know. I think I only have 504. Yeah, I'm sometimes I'm bad. Okay, I have a Cudgel. Hornleech and Stomping Tantrum. There we go. Sun is out. Stomping Tantrum is only 25 to 29. Care of Fire. It does not make sense. This there. No, I'm adamant, not Jolly. 45 to 48? Wait, does it not give me my +1? It does not give me my +1, so it's myself +1. 52 to 64. This is in the sun. Obviously, Koraidon's going to get a bigger boost. Now, close combat getting the Oko, absolutely, like, that's fine. As it was also... Oh, here we go. Wait, what? Are you telling me this was Terrifier? I was also Terrifier. I had, for some reason, as you guys can clearly see, it doesn't give me my +1 up here. It doesn't say that anywhere in here. Oh, there it is. Okay. For some reason, it just gave it to... It didn't show me because it was on Koraidon's thing. Honestly, on Showdown, if you guys are listening, if you guys can just like put like you somewhere on here to where it's like, even though the Pokemon on the opposite side obviously does outspeed me, it's still good to know that like this is like, oh, this is you, and then this is your opponent and stuff like that. I think that would be a little bit more easier, and it would always show what the damage that we would do, regardless if it's like, oh, this does it because I can't see my +1 until I come over here. So just let you guys know. Yeah, 81 to 96. I literally did the maximum amount of damage to Koraidon. This was a 142 to 168. Just a little bit more. Teeny tiny bit more. Oh, dang it. Still a good match, but this is a really good Calyx. I don't know what they had on their side, but it was Life Orb, Orichalcum Pulse, and I'm assuming that's the Jolly build. It could be something a little bit different. They could be doing Adamant. I was able to outspeed them quite a bit. I think I even outsped at 162. Oh no, I mean Tailwind was active, but I also had a -1 to speed. So Tailwind, and then -1, which is okay, 216. So without Tailwind, it drops it down to 108. Yeah, I mean that's still a lot. From 162, that's 54 points. Ow. But I think it's -0.6 or something like that. It's like -0.66 and then 0.5 and then 0.4 and then 0.2, something like that. I'm not sure. That's what I forgot to do. That's immediately what I forgot to do. I'll figure that out for you guys. But we'll go back to the main screen here. And yeah, like we're right there. Literally right there. We could have gotten the KO. We were just shy of being able to KO. But we were just shy of winning that match too. It all came down to that paralyze. If I didn't have that paralyze, it would have been mine. Absolutely. Dang it. All right. Now it's the end of the video, and I want to thank you guys for watching. If you made it this far, please know that we kicked butt today. I want to say something else, but I don't try to swear on this channel. Sometimes it comes out, sometimes it doesn't, but I do my best to not swear. So what we end up, out of 24 battles, we've won 14 and lost 10. We went on a huge winning streak today, 5-1, ranking 2,643. Not bad. Not bad at all. We started top 48 something, 4,800, dropped 2,200 like 2,200 spaces. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Obviously, when we come back tomorrow, it's going to be much different. But for now, okay with this outcome. We cooked today. Absolutely cooked. And we almost took that last match home too. If it wasn't for the paralyze, we would have won. Now, the paralyze could have came in like the following turn and made it so that Koraidon won. But if we didn't get the paralyze in either one of those crucial turns, that was ours. We would have won. We didn't, but that's okay. Game of chance is far easier to accept than it is for me just making bad plays. I think we played incredibly well. Excellently well. So, since it is the end of the episode, I want to thank you guys for watching. If you guys want to support anything more that I do, love my work, or just want to get into the hobby, please consider leaving a like on the video, comment down below what you guys thought, and subscribe. You'll be notified when I upload next. They should have lit up on the screen somewhere. YouTube does that thing now, and it's really, really dope. I've seen it happen quite a few times, and it's so cool when it does it. So if you guys want to join in on like the cool stuff, do those things. It helps out a lot. And if you're interested in VGC, let me know. I have no problem teaching you guys how to play. It is a high learning curve, but once you understand what you're doing, what you're looking for, and what you can and cannot do, which realistically the sky's the limit, you guys will do just fine. you'll probably find me here in the ladder and you'll probably beat me. A lot of people do. Just ask the Discord. A lot of them beat me quite a bit. If you guys want to join the Discord, everything's in the description. I try to be on there as much as possible, but I do have a busy work schedule. Currently doing mandatory 10s. As for the people that don't know, work for a manufacturing company and I work swing shift. So I'm usually up during the late nights. It's kind of hard for me to keep track. Hopefully that ends pretty soon, but there currently is no end in sight. But we're gonna try to get out of this mandatory 10s and actually have a good work-life balance. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a good one. Take care of yourself and stay safe. I'll see you guys next time.